They saved our Snow White. We're good. They play a Tinkerbell. Didn't see that coming. Lots of characters are gone. Look at all that damage being done. Ooh, ooh, ow.
NANI?
We're cooking up a deck, and we're cooking it up together. Welcome to Ready, Set, Inc. I'm Ben, and get ready for the craziest deck you've ever seen. It's going to contain the 4 Bashfuls, 4 Dockaroos. Do you know where it's going? It's going to be 4 of all the dwarves, and that should get us to 56 cards. Am I right? 4 of these sneezies. And now, onto the Shimmering Skies dwarves. We already got 28 characters. On to more characters. Here we are with the Dopey. He's got the Steel Chromacon because that's the same sword. We're going to put 4 of them. 4 of them. 4 of them. That's 3. 4 of them. And then 4 more. We're at 56 cards. We have to have 60 cards to play a deck of Disney Lorcana. So what are we going to add? Are we going to add the 7 Dwarfs Mine? Or are we going to add 1 Snow White? It's a hard choice. This would make it truly a 7 Dwarfs deck, and we could move knights to it, to the location. But I think we want to go ahead and do this Snow White, because Snow White says you pay 1 less to play 7 Dwarfs characters. And all of our characters are, in fact, 7 Dwarfs characters. So we're adding 4 of her. And here we go. The view. This way. This is our deck. 56 dwarves and 4 Snow Whites. All characters. A total cost of this deck is $9. We are going to go ahead and save it and call it Oops. All dwarves. Now in DreamBoard.inc, we can go up here to decks and to my decks, and then we can check it out. Oops, all dwarves. There it is, and we're going to play this together on Inktable right now. See if it's at all possible to win a game with this deck. So we go to Menu, Export, Inktable, Play on Inktable. Things that we learned in this video, Snow White makes this whole deck just pop off. She is permanent cost reduction for every character. It's like a permanent 1 ink that you always use. And if you get 2 on the board, it's crazy. I get to play my whole hand because I have 2 Snow Whites on board. So cool. Number 2, Grumpy the Knight could probably be cut from this deck because it has synergy with the 7 Dwarves Mine. And I'm not running the 7 Dwarves Mine in this. So I don't know. Maybe there's something else better that could go in, but it does hit the 7 Dwarfs keyword, and that's what's fun about this deck is playing all the dwarves. And then number 3, I'm a big fan of Bashful. We are going to be going up against a blue steel deck, because why not? We got to go against something. Ooh, what should we get rid of here? Is this a 4 cost? That's a 4 cost. There's Doc. We like Doc. Discard our hand, draw 2. Sneezies. Hello. I think we just keep our hand. Maybe we should have read the doors before to see what they do. They play a Fortisphere and get to draw a card. We get to draw a card. It's Dopey. Is that the one? That's when he's banished. He buffs people. This one can't quest unless I have another in play. But guess what? I'm always going to have another in play. If I have Snow White, this gains Bodyguard. I do want a Snow White on turn 2. So I think I'm not going to play Sleepy. So we're going to do Ink Sleepy and pass the turn. Is there no 1-drop dwarf? We are going to ink a card. It's going to be our Bashful, and then we finally get to play our Snow White. She makes things cost 1 less, and she is going to be our Engine. They play the Mickey Mouse. We are going to ink another Bashful, and dwarves cost 1 less. Now we can play stuff for 4, which can be Bashful. And I will give a Bodyguard so we can quest our Snow White safely. And we get to pass the turn. Ooh, 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 it's Pete. We can't play any actions, but that's okay because guess what, Buster? We ain't got no actions. Not an action in sight is okay with us. Is this our 1-drop dwarf? Wow, it is. He's happy. We gain evasive on our turn. I think we're going to ink a Bashful. Play a Snow White. Now characters cost 2 less, so we can play something for 3. We can play Oh, so we would play our 1-drop because that's free. And then we play our dock because that's also free. And then we draw 2 cards. It's free because we have Snow Whites on board. Can we play a card? We can play this because it costs 2 less. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, we'll put it in bodyguard position. And we can play this because it costs 2 less. We get to quest. We'll just quest here, and then we will challenge our Bashful into the Mickey Mouse. Overall, not bad. What's going on? You get down 2 Snow Whites and you're paying 2 less? Now we're out of cards. That's kind of cool. It's like a 2 permanent extra ink that refreshes to play dwarves. Oh, did they really just give us all dwarves? That's crazy. Oh, they fire the cannons on one of our Snow Whites. She's gone. Ouchie. We only get to pay 1 less for dwarves that we play. Kind of digging the Bashfuls. I think we do want to play a Dopey. Because that can ping a damage. I like the sound of that. We'll play a Dopey. Ping a damage. We will challenge our Happy into the P. We have 2 ink to play with. We can play something with 3. We can also still ink a card. I'm kind of digging this Bashful. I think we'll get rid of Dopey, and then we can play something for 4. Which is Bashful, dude. I think we just like playing Bashful. We can take out Mr. Smee with a Happy. And I think that's what we're going to do. Say adios, Happy. You served your purpose. And then we can go ahead and quest the rest because we have a bodyguard. Snow White can also quest. We're out here questing with our super low quest characters, but it's fun to have many characters on board. Not when there's a grab your swords, though. That was kind of cool. Ooh, there's Hiram Flaversham drawing 2 cards. They ink. They're up to 7 ink, and they play an Arg, matey. Bashful. Love it. We are going to ink a Happy. Whenever one of your 9 characters is out of location, they gain resist +2. During your turn, this character gains evasive. Not the best without the 7 Dwarves Mine. Happy is kind of a whole mood. I think we play the dock down. We still have 4 ink to play with. But we can play something for 5 because we have that. So it is going to be the Happy. We will play Happy. And we will get to questing. That goes to bodyguard, yeah. Yeah, it's a bodyguard now. So we can quest Snow White. And we can quest Dockaroo. And the rest of these 3 going up to 10 lore. More like 11 lore. And 12 lore. And then passing the turn. The dwarves are doing their thing. They play Tinkerbell does 1 damage to everybody. Couldn't be worse. Everybody's still alive because we got rid of all of our Happies. They take out one of our Bashfuls. And that's okay because we got 2 other Bashfuls to use. This Tinkerbell's a problem. It is. We will play a Sneezy. Give Bashful Strength. 5 ink to play with. Play our Bashful. In bodyguard position. Give character strength. It's going to be this Bashful. Does it say negative strength? When you play this character or another 7 Dwarfs character, you may give chosen character -1 strength this turn. Wow, I've just been given my own character negative strength. And then we get to play our dock for that amount. And then we get to discard our hand and draw 2. We get to give someone negative strength. Is it going to be bashful? You betcha. Kind of crazy like that. -3 strength. Let's go. We can ink a card. The Grumpy. But he buffs everybody, so he's kind of cool. But if we ink him, then we can play Sleepy. I think we're just going to ink Sleepy. Keep our ink up and not our funny up. And we will go questing, question mark? Nah, we are going to challenge the Hiram with 3 damage there. Oh, that makes it cost 1 less. When I quest the Dockaroo, it makes him quest 1 less, and the Snow White plays 1 less, so I can play my Grumpy. Now, everybody is at +1. Do I give someone negative strength? Yeah. I'll finally do the Hiram instead of my own guy, and then we'll challenge Hiram. This is a 2. This is a 3. That should take out Hiram. There we go. And then we can quest the rest. They're going to be able to take out our Snow White by pinging damage to it, but it's already too late for them. We've already secured the game. There's no way they take out the rest of our people. We get 1 more quest. Go up to 19 lore. Overall, not bad. Trigger support, you betcha. We give it to Bashful, the person that we gave negative strength to. Now he's at +2. And then we pass the turn. We'll see what Tinkerbell does. Unless Tinkerbell can grab your swords and ping the damage to this one, we should be good with the W. Oh. They saved our Snow White. We're good. They played a Tinkerbell. Didn't see that coming. Lots of characters are gone. Look at all that damage being done. Ooh, ooh, ow. And then we will get to play the Sneezy. Give -1 strength to Tinkerbell. Give another strength to Tinkerbell. And then we will just go ahead and quest our dock for the game up to 21. Let's go again. See if it was a fluke. The whole new world was pretty cool, though. That definitely made us sustain. So we know that we want to keep Snow White's because she does good. And we know that we're a big fan of Bashful. The night one. Grumpy is good, too. Not this Grumpy. Much rather prefer this Grumpy because we don't have the 7 door spine. So that is the first one. Getting inked, and then we do have a 1-drop. We are going to play our Happy. And then past the turn, they started off with the Popsicle. They play a Mr. Smee. There's Grumpy. We like to see him. There's Sneezy. When you play this character, chosen knight character gets Challenger +2 this turn. We can go ahead and ink him because it's going to be a while before we be able to use him. We can play our Snow White for 2. She makes Happy cost 1 less, so we can play Happy on the Freezies, and we probably shouldn't quest him, but we are. Because if we quest him and they don't put a pirate out, their Smee is banished too. And we take those. They play on Merlin's Cottage. We play with the top card of our deck, face up. We know that they're getting Hiram next turn, which is exactly what they need. We can ink a card. And then play a Bashful. I kind of like that. Ooh, if I play Dopey, I can take out Args. That's a way better play. We can play Dopey for 2 because it's Snow White, and we can ping a damage to the Args. And then we can challenge into the Smee. Make sure he doesn't live to see the light of day. And we can still ink a card. It's going to be a Grumpy because we got 3 of them. And we're not going to quest. We are actually... Yeah, we are going to quest because playing with Merlin's Cottage is just fun. We're not going to take it out. We're not going to take out Merlin's Cottage. It's too much fun. It gives us too much information. Then we pass the turn. We're all the way up at 3 lore, unless it gains them a lore. It does not gain them a lore. They play Mickey Mouse Detective. It ramps on 1 card. We know that they have Hiram in hand. And we know Lucky Dime is on the precipice. There is Bashful and Sleepy and Grumpy. We definitely want to go for Bashful here. We are going to play it Bashful. Exerted bodyguard position. We can ink a card. Is it going to be Grumpy? Yeah, it's going to be Grumpy because we can play this for 1 because of Snow White. Thanks a lot, Snow White. And then we can quest. We're doing some more questing. That's what it do be like. Quest, quest, quest. There it is. Up to 6 lore. This deck that we're playing against is the one that got the 4th seed in Lorcana Challenge Vegas. They whole new world at us again. And we get a whole another hand of dwarves. What's the chance? Really good is the chance. We get a Bashful. Kinda love it. We can ping a damage with that. Or if we play a Grumpy, we don't have any more Grumpies. We got rid of all of our Grumpies. If we had Grumpies, then we could one-shot this. But we don't have the Grumpies. But we do have Bashfuls. Bashfuls can one-shot this. So we will challenge with Bashful to one-shots this. Kaboom. What do we want to play the most? Support Happy is pretty cool. And we can play him right now. Play the Support Happy. We can ink a card. Is it Dopey? No, Dopey's cool. Happy we can play right now. Doc, useful. Sneezy, yeah. And then we get to play Happy for free. And we get to play this for 1 ink. Look at this whole board, dude. And then we get to quest. Is this out of hand? This is kind of cool. The Dwarves board is what's up. Look at these dwarves just doing dwarf things. I kind of like this deck. I'm kind of inspired right now. Oh no, the worst thing that could happen. Oh no, look at all that damage spread. And it got rid of our engine. Our Snow White, she's gone. So now we have to pay full price for everything, except for when we play a dock. When we play a dock down, then when we quest, then we get free stuff, if you know what I'm saying. We are going to ink this so we can play our Dopey. Why would we play our Dopey? We don't want to play Dopey unless they have something to ping the damage to. Just kidding. We're doing it anyways. Deal 1 damage to target. Oh, or location. Don't mind if I do. And then we can quest. Here we are just questing away. We know that they have Hiram. We know that they can do all sorts of things next turn. We can trigger our support over to the Sleepy, who is now a 5 willpower character. And he's going to just quest for 2. Up to 18. Is the Dwarfs more aggro than aggro? What? Oh no, there's the Tinkerbell here to clean up shop. Look at her go, dealing all the damage, wiping our board practically. But here it is, we can just quest with our Happy. Overall, not a meme deck. It's solid. I won 2 games against a top tier deck. Bring this to locals, dude. I recommend a $9 deck. Let's go. This was so cool.